I love logos. I love sports. So the intersection of these two makes me very happy. In particular, I love the Super Bowl logos of the past, where each year's game got its own particular personality, its own particular way of visualizing the Super Bowl. Starting with Super Bowl 45 in 2011, the NFL decided to standardize the Super Bowl game logo so that only certain elements changed. I'm not a fan of that decision. I get it, but I don't want to get it. Not all the logos since then, I'm not saying they're not well designed. It's just the fact that I used to be excited to see how they were going to brand each individual event from year to year. Like if you look back in the past, they're just so vastly different depending on the location and depending on the time period even. So kind of looking over the visual history and evolution of the branding of the Super Bowl and then seeing how it changed starting in 2011, I was kind of inspired to think, what if they never standardized it? What if they continued allowing each game to have its own unique personality, from the design to the colors to everything? So last year I decided to kind of make my own series of Super Bowl logos, starting with Super Bowl 45. So for this year, I decided to continue on with the tradition and designed a logo for Super Bowl 51, which is going to be in Houston. So this took a lot of effort for me because I really was, with each one of these, I'm trying to create something that at least can sit just anywhere near the pantheon of iconic Super Bowl logos, just something that doesn't look completely out of place. And it also stretches me as a designer to try new things and see what I can do with it. I have the stars in there. I have the rocket in there. So the football is kind of at the top where it is, kind of the same with a similar angle, at a similar angle as it is for the Lombardi Trophy itself. So to make the appearance of beveling, you have to kind of, know how, like where your light is. And I also reached out to the Makers of Sport community, which is a community of sports designers that come together, and on one of the Slack channels, you can actually, get feedback. So I actually worked and I presented what I had before, just with the numerals, and just kind of pick their brain about how they bevel things in Illustrator and how they make it look a certain way. And it's a great community, and I really thank them for just the few nuggets, the jewels that they gave me as far as like trying to recreate some of the more popular techniques of creating a bevel. But yeah, this is what I came up with here, and it's always a passion project for me when I get to design something in an arena that I'm passionate about. And it also helps me as a designer practice and get better and be able to do more with my designs than I currently can do. So always learning, and you learn through doing. So always find out if you're a designer, or just even if you're not a designer, like whatever you're passionate about, take your creativity there, because what you're good at crossed with what you're passionate about will always produce great results.